In this session, we discuss about data types, variable and constant. The learning of human languages and the learning of C languages has more similarities. The human languages to communicate from human to human. The C language, that is computer languages, is to communicate human to computer. If you want to learn the human language, for example, we say English. That is, first we learn alphabets, capital A to Z, small a to Z. Then we combine that letters, which make some words. Based on the grammatical rule, we classify it as noun, verb, adjective, adverb. Then we make sentences. The collection of noun, verb, adjective based on some grammatical rule, we make sentences. The collection of sentences which make paragraph. The collection of paragraph make novel or essay. In similar way, learning of C languages also, we first learn the character set. That is the symbols, the character set. What is the character set? Character set is a collection of numbers, symbols and alphabets. By using these character set, it makes some words based on some construction rule. That words called as data types, variable, constant, keywords. So it is similar to learning of human language. First we learn alphabets, here we learn character set. Then based on some grammatical rule, we joined, that is we combined some words which make some words based on the grammatical rule. That is just called as noun, verb, adjective, adverb. Here also the combination of character set, it makes some word based on some construction rule, such called as data types, variable, constant, keyword. By combining data types, variable, constant, we create statement. The combining of statements, the collection of statements which make program. The collection of program which makes software. Here the collection of noun, verb, adjective, by using some grammatical rule, it make the combination of noun, verb, adjective, adverb, so which make sentences. The combination of, that is collection of sentences which make paragraph. The collection of paragraph, it make novel or essay. What are the C character set? Because if we want to learn the C language, first we learn character set. This is the stage 1. Then we learn about the data types, variable, constant, keywords. After that we learn statements. By using this statement, we develop program. By the collection of program will give software. The collection of software, related software, it will give packages, software packages. So first we learn the character set. That is alphabets, capital A to Z, small a to Z. This is the alphabets. Digits 0 to 9. Special symbol. These are all the special symbol. These symbols are allowed in C language character set. That is a tilde symbol, single quote, exclamatory symbol, at the rate, as a. So these are all the allowed symbol. This is the valid symbol in C language. The collection of alphabets, digits and these special symbols called as C character set. By using this character set, we can make data types, variable, constant. In C language consists of, what is the data types? So without the data, the computer cannot be able to process. The input of computer is data. The output of computer is information. So the another name of computer is data processing machine. So each and every machine, it may be any kind of machine, mechanical or electrical, electronic, computer related machines. It may be any kind of machine. It receive one input, then it will do some process. Then it will give the output. So it get one output in one format of output. It will give another format of. It will get one format of input. Then it will give another format of output. So this is the processing of a specific machine. For example, if we put the fruits into the mixie or into the juice maker, if we feed the fruits into the juice maker, and the fruits are input, that is raw material to the juice maker machine. The juice maker, after processing of a juice maker, it will give the output as juice. So this is a juice maker input and output. In such a way, computer is also get some input. That input called as data. Then it will give output. That output is called information. That is, computer convert the data into information. Data are unorganized fact. Unorganized fact, that is meaningless form. Informations are meaningful form, that is organized fact. So what is unorganized? What is the meaningless form? If we write 32, that 32 is a meaningless form because it does not mention anything. Because 32 may be a room number or a roll number or bus number or serial number or size, it may be anything. But individually 32 is not give any information to us. If we write like that is room number 32, it is the information. Just 32 is not a information, but room number 32 is a information. So we feed data to the computer, that computer process and then give output as information. Information is a meaningful form. That is 32, for example, 32 is a data. Room number 32 is a information. So computer also called as data processing machine. The computer processes the data by electronics. So it called as electronic data processing machine. That is shortly called as EDP machine. In industries, a computer department in an industry, it may be a textile industry or any kind of industry, the EDP department is available. The name is EDP department. The department manager is EDP manager. So that EDP department is a computer department. But in industrial way, they called as EDP department, that is electronic data processing department. So computer also called as electronic data processing machine because it's process the data through electronics device. So this called as electronic data processing machine. So data has different type. Even in our life, if we want to mention a age, if we want to write or mention the age, just we give the whole number only. That is 20 years, 25 years, 16 years. If we want to tell the percentage of mark, we tell like that is 67.85 percentage, 98.75 percentage. If we want to give a name of a particular product or particular person, that is we give a combination of characters. If you want to give the locality or a street name with door number 32, Kogel Street. So 32 is a numeric. Then we put on a hyphen, Kogel Street, 32 hyphen Kogel Street. 32 is a numeric, hyphen is a special symbol, Kogel Street is a alphabets. This is a collection of alphabets. But 32 Kogel Street, this is a collection of character. So this is in a string format. So it has different types. If we want to tell our age, we use numeric digits without a decimal point. That is, we use whole numbers. If we want to tell our percentage of mark, we use numeric digit with the decimal point. That is real number. So data types in C language is also data types categorized into two major parts. One is primary data types, second one is secondary data types. That is, data types are categorized into two types. One is primary, second is secondary data types. The primary data types are also called as primitive data types or inbuilt data types. Secondary data types, another name of secondary data types are auxiliary data types or user defined data types. Secondary data types are also called as user defined data types or auxiliary data types. Primary data types called as inbuilt data types or primitive data types or primary data types. The primary data types consist of 5 types. It is character, integer, float, double, void. These are all the primary data types. So totally 5 types. Secondary data types consist of array, pointer, structure, union, enumerator and etc. These are all the user defined. We define the size, we define the values. So this is user defined. But this is fixed size, fixed range, fixed values. This is primary data types. That is primary data types. Now we discuss about the primary data types. Because primary data types consist of 5 types. The primary data types also called as primitive data types, inbuilt data types. So it has 5 types: character, integer, float, double, void. Char, this is a type, data type's name. This is defined char as a character, the compiler word. It is a keyword. Char into float, double, void. So this is a compiler word. So char, the meaning is a character. If we want to store a character means it may be alphabet or digits or special symbol. If we want to store a character or handle the character, so char data types help to that. The size of the character is 1 byte. The size of character is 1 byte. So we already discussed about that. That is ASCII chart. The American National Standard Institute, shortly called as ANSI. The ANSI developed a chart. The chart name is ASCII chart, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Based on the ASCII chart, the high-low languages invented. So then only high-low languages are universal languages. That is one language for all machine. So that ASCII chart, based on that ASCII chart, if we want to store a character, it required 8-bit. That is 1 byte. 1 byte equal to 8-bit. If we want to store or handle the character, 1 byte of memory is required. That is 8-bit is required. So the size is 1 byte. Then second data type is int. The meaning is an integer. If we want to access an integer, the int data type is help to that. The size of the integer is 2 bytes. That is 16 bit. It's required 2 bytes. That is integer. It is a whole number. So it required 2 bytes. Then float double for real numbers. If we want to store a float, that is real number. Real number. What is the meaning of real number? The numeric digit with the decimal point. If we want to store the real number with single precision, the dictionary meaning of precision is accuracy. That is less accuracy. If we want to store the value of 10 by 3, 10 divided by 3, what is the result? 10 by 3 is 3.333. It is infinite. If we want less accuracy, just we store 3.33. If we want high accuracy, we store 3.3333. So the double precision, the meaning of double precision is high accuracy. If we want to access a value in higher precision, that is high precision, high accuracy, we use double data type. Float is less accuracy. So it occupies 4 bytes. It's required 4 bytes. this required 8 bytes. The void, it is valueless. If you want to indicate as valueless, we use void. So it is a valueless, so the size is 0 byte. So first we discussed about character set. It is a learning path. It is a first stage of learning path. Then the first stage of learning path is character set. That is, character sets consist of alphabets, numerics, special symbol. Then we discussed data types. Now we discuss about the constant and variable. Constant and variables are help to handle the datas. Constant and variables are help to handle the data. So a constant is a quantity that does not change the value during the execution of the program. The constant does not change at the time of program execution. It is fixed one. It will not change. But variable will change at the time of execution of the program. The constant is not changed. The variable is changed at the time of execution. Example, x star y equal to 50. The 50 is a constant because 50 cannot change. The 50 is always 50. So this is constant. X and y can vary or change because x may be 25, y is 2. 25 into 2, 50. Or x is 50, y may be 1. So it change, it vary at the time of execution. The x and y values are varying at the time of execution. So x and y called as variable, 50 called as constant. X and y called as variable, 50 called as constant. So constant cannot change at the time of program execution, but a variable can change at the time of program execution. But both are help to handle the datas. Now we discuss detailedly about the C constants. That is C constant and variable both are help to handle the data types. What are the data types? Basic data types, that is primary data types are 5. That is integer, float, double, character, void. Now we discuss integer constant. Numeric digits without decimal. So what is the meaning of integer constant? The numeric digits without decimal. Already we discussed about that. That is whole number. If we want to denote our age, we use whole number. If we like to denote our average of marks, we use numeric digits with the decimal point. So it is a whole number. Integer constant is a whole number. The size of integer is 2 bytes. That is 16 bit. But integer number, it's include negative and positive values. Integer constant include negative and positive values. So its size is 2 bytes. The default sign is positive. If you want to give plus 32, just we give 32. Just we write 32 or plus 32. Defaultly all numbers are positive. But if we want to write negative values, we must write minus before the value. So default sign is positive. Size is 2 bytes. So it occupies 16 bit. This is the memory mapping for 16 bit. In integer constant, the first bit allocated to indicate the sign. So the first bit is a sign bit. That leftmost bit is sign bit. Oh, if the bit is 1, the value is negative. If the first bit is 0, the value is positive. So the first bit allocated to store the bit for sign. So it is a sign bit. The remaining 15 bit, that is 2 to 16. The remaining 15 bits we can store the value. That is range calculated using 15 bits only, because first bit allocated for sign bit. So because it has some range, because only 15 bit is available. In that 15 bit, some range of values, we can store some range of values only. We cannot able to store any range of value, any value, but it is restricted. So how to find the range of the integer? The first bit for sign bit, remaining 15 bit is there. It is a formula, that is, it is a binary. So here we put the binary, the base of binary is 2. Here we use 2, because it consists of minus and positive value. It can store negative and positive value. So negative side minus 2 power 15, because we and the 15 bits only for values, the first bit for sign bit. So minus 2 power 15, 2 plus 2 power 15 minus 1. So this is a formula. Here we use minus 1. In positive side we use minus 1. We negative side just directly we put minus 2 power 15. Because in positive side 0 also treat as positive. 0 also treat as positive. So here we put minus 1 to reduce the counting. Because 0 also counted in positive part. So that's why we subtract 1. What is the value of minus 2 power 15? The value of minus 2 power 15 is minus 32,768. The value of minus 2 power 15, that is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 up to 15 multiplication. So it gives minus 32,768. So the counting is, the total counting of minus value is minus 32,768, because it reduced, that is minus 32,768 is a first count, minus 32,767 second, minus 32,766 65, it go to up to minus 1. It start minus 32,768 to minus 1. If we count, it give 32,768. The counting value is 32,768. So negative side, the counting of negative side is 32,768. If we count positive side, we include 0. We start from 0. 0 to 32,768, totally 32,768. 0 side 32,768. Negative side 32,768. But it start with 0. But it's end with minus 1. So in positive side 0 included. So that's why we subtract one value. So it's end with 32767. Start 68. The 67. Positive side 67. This is a range. Within this range we can store the value to an integer variable. If we want to store more than 32,000, so it is not possible. If we try to store, for example, 32,768 plus 32,768, but an integer value, the range is up to 32,767 only. If we try to assign 68 plus 32,768, it come to the beginning. That is, it circulate the values. It come to the beginning. What is the excess value? 32,767 is a last value. If we try to handle 32,768, the excess value is 1. So it circulate, it come to the beginning of the range. So minus 32,768. That is, if we assign plus 32,768, but the value, the stored value is minus 32,768. If we assign 32,769, the excess value is 2. It's circulate, that is, it come to the beginning of the range. It reduces 2 times. That is, the value is minus 32767. So integer is a numeric digit without a decimal point. That is whole number. The size is 2 bytes. the first bit for sign bit, the remaining 15 bit we can store value. The range of integer is minus 327682 plus 32767. This way we can find the range. For example, if we want to find the range for 3 bit, the first bit for sign bit, in previous example for integer we calculate by using 16 bit. Here for easiness we take 3 bit only. In previous slide we find range for 16 bit. Here we find range for 3 bit or 3 bit. The first bit for sign bit. So first bit for sign bit, the remaining 2 bit. The first bit for sign bit, suppose if it is a negative, the first bit are 1. With the positive, the first bit are 0. The remaining 2 bit with the 4 combination. The first bit 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. The remaining 2 bit we make 4 combinations. So 4 negative numbers. If the first bit is 0, then we make 4 combination. That is positive, 4 numbers. But here start with minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. But here 0, 1, 2, 3. Because in positive side 0 also included. The negative side is minus 4, the positive side is 3. The range is minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Because by the including 0, the counting is 4 in positive side. The minus 1 to minus 4, the counting is 4. The both sides are equal. The counting of both sides are equal. This is a formula. Because it is we store data in 2 bit only. So minus 2 power 2 to plus 2 power 2 minus 1. That is minus 4 to 3. This is the range. In such a way, here we find the range for 15 bits. That is integer. That is integer. The integer 16 bit, the first bit for sign bit. This is a formula minus 2 power 15 to plus 2 power 15 minus 1. So it start minus 327682 plus 32767 because 0 also included in positive side. Size and range of integer constant. So integer, it has some type modifiers. In C languages, if we want to store more than that range, because integer has some range, if we want to store more than that range, we can use type modifier. Type modifier is a keyword that is help to modify the type, that is modify the range of the type, range and size of the type. What are the type modifiers? That is short, long, signed, unsigned. That is 4 type modifier is available in. There are 4 type modifiers available in C language. Short, int, short, long, short. The one is short, second long, third signed, fourth unsigned. The short signed is a default one. If we type just int, this is equivalent to short int, and also this is equivalent to unsigned int. The defaultly short and signed are default to all data types. But some data types is the type modifier is applicable some few data types, not applicable in few data types. Now we learn that. That is int. And the size is 2. In modern compiler, in modern operating system, in modern compiler, so integer occupy 4 bytes. But in based on the C structure, it occupy only 2 types. In 64-bit processor, then modern compiler, modern operating system, so that maybe occupy 4 bytes. But as per the architecture of C, integer is 2 bytes. The range is minus 3 to 7, already we discussed that. That is minus 2 power 15 to plus 2 power 15 minus 1. It is a 4 bytes, totally 32 bit. The first bit for sign bit, minus 2 power 31 to plus 2 power 31 minus 1. This is a range. If we want to handle the unsigned value, if we want to handle a roll number or serial number or age, so this is not a negative number. These are all all integer number only. The roll number or age or serial number, these are all in positive numbers only. The sign is not required. So here we declare as unsigned integer. Unsigned integer. What is the meaning of unsigned integer? If we declare as unsigned integer, just integer, it is equivalent to signed integer. Unsigned integer, the first bit is not allocated for sign. So 16 bits, all 16 bits are used to store values. In unsigned integer, all 16 bits are used to store values. Signed integer only we need the first bit for sign. The first bit is 1, negative value, the first bit is 0, positive value. But unsigned, here we use unsigned. This variable to handle unsigned value like age, roll numbers, serial number. 2 or 4 bytes. Old compiler, it is 2, the modern processor, it is 4 bytes. But this range starts with 0 only because no negative values. It is unsigned. So it starts 0. 0 to 2 power 16 minus 1 because in positive side 0 included. So 0 to 2 power 16 because we use all bits, that is 16 bits. 0 to 2 power 16 minus 1 because 0 included. 0 to 2 power 16 minus 1. The range is 0 to 65,535. If it is a 4 bytes, 32 bit. So that 32 bits for to store values. The 32 bit for store values. So it starts 0 to 2 power 32. So this is the range 0 to 4294, 967, 295. This is the range. If we declare as short is a type modifier. This is also it is a default modifier of integer. If we declare as short int or int, signed int or int, these are all equal. The short int is also equal to just int. Signed int also equivalent to just int. Defaultly all integer are short signed. The short, if we declare as short a, it also equivalent to int. That is 2 bits. The range is similar to integer. Unsigned short int. So short is a default one. It is unsigned short integer or unsigned integer are equal. Unsigned short integer or unsigned integer, both are equal. So the size is 2 bits. The range is 0 to 65,535 because it is unsigned. So we use 16 bit to store values. So it start 0 to 2 power 16 minus 1. Long. If we declare as long a, it's equivalent to long integer a. We declare long int a or long a, both are equal. Long integer a, so the size is 4 bytes. Here the 4 bytes is the modern compiler, the modern processor allocate 4 bytes, but defaultly integer is 2 bytes. But if we declare as long, defaultly it is occupy 4 bytes. Long integer or long, both are equal. So it occupy 4 bytes. So the first bit for sign bit, remaining 31 bit is used to store value, that is minus 2 power 31. This is a formula to find the range. Minus 2 power 31, 2 plus 2 power 31 minus 1, because 0 included the counting of positive side. So unsigned long. In previous case it is a signed, so the first bit for sign bit. Unsigned long, the first bit also used to store the value, that is totally 32 bit is used to store values. So it start from 0 to 2 power 32 minus 1. This is the range for unsigned long. So the type modifiers are signed, unsigned, short, long. That is four type of type modifiers in C language. That is short, long, signed, unsigned. But short, signed are default, are a default type modifiers. Here we use short, long. Short is default. In integer, at the time of declaration of integer, we can use 4 type of type modifier. That is signed, unsigned, short, long. Then next type of constant is real constant. Just now we discussed only integer constant. Now we discuss real constant. Real constant consists of 2 types. One is float, second one is double. The float for single precision, that is to store less accuracy value. Double for to store high accuracy value. A real constant is numeric digits with decimal point. Integer constant is a whole number. Numeric real constant is a fractional value. That is numeric digit with decimal point. That is 32.5, 45.6. These are all the real constants. Integer constant is a whole number. For example, if we want to denote the roll number or serial number or age, we use integer constant. If we want to denote the salary or percentage of mark, we use real constant. If we want more accuracy, we use double. If we want to store in less accuracy, we use float. So float 4 bytes. The size of float is 4 bytes. The size of double is 8 bytes. That is for storage size is for float 4 bytes. This is the range of the float value. That is 1.2 e minus 38 to 3.4 e plus 38. The precision is after the decimal point. It has 6 decimal places. If you want to store more high accuracy, double 8 bytes. The range is 2.3 minus 308 to 1.7 e. What is this? The meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? So this is a exponential form. That is scientific notation. In mathematical term, it is a scientific notation. In our C language term, it called as exponential form. We discuss it in next slide. We discuss about the exponential form in next slide. So it occupies 15 decimal places. Because it is a high accuracy, it occupies 8 bytes. After the decimal point, it gives 15 values. So this is high accuracy. We can also use a long for double. So the type modifier is 4 type. That is short, long, signed, unsigned. The signed, unsigned is applicable only to integer and character. In double, we can apply the long type modifier to double only. We cannot able to apply float. It may be signed the signed real constant. The type modifier is applied on real constant in double type only. That is, we use only long type modifier. The float occupies 4 bytes, double occupies 8 bytes, long double occupies 10 bytes, not 16 bytes. In previous cases, that is an integer. Integer occupies 2 bytes, long integer occupies 4 bytes. That is double the size of integer. Integer 2 bytes, long integer 4 bytes. Here double 8 bytes, but long double 10 bytes. The 10 byte is enough to store the value. So they occupy only 10 bytes. Long double occupy 10 bytes only. But integer, normal integer occupy 2 bytes, long integer occupy 4 bytes. They double the size of integer. Here it additionally 2 bytes only. That is, it is 8 bytes in double, long double 10 bytes. The range is, after the decimal point is 19 decimal places. If we want to store and less accuracy, we use float. If we want a high accuracy, double. If we want to store more than high accuracy, we use double. In real constant, that is a exponential form. 3.4 E4. So this is a exponential form. The left side of E is 3.4. 3.4 is a Mantisha part. That is left side of E is Mantisha portion. So an exponential form consists of two portion, that is two part, before the e, after the e. The before e is Mandisa, after e is exponent. That is, in this example 4 is exponent but 3 is Mandisa. It collectively called as exponential form. 4 is exponent but collectively called as exponential form. So exponential form has two parts. One is Mandisa, the next one is exponent. The before the e is Mandisa, after the e is exponent. We also write this exponential form 3.4 e4 as 3.4 into 10 to the power 4. This is a mathematical form. This is a exponential form. The equivalent mathematical form is 3.4 into 10 to the power of 4. What is the numerical value? 3.4 into 10,000. That is 140. 3.4 into 10,000. The value is 34,000. This is a equivalent numerical value for 3.4 e4. Usually exponential form. The exponential form used if the value of the constant is either too small or too large. If you want to store too small or too big value in real constant, we use exponential form. The second example 4.23 e minus 2. The exponent is minus 2. Here it is a exponential form. The equivalent mathematical form is 4.23 into 10 power minus 2. 4.23 into 10 power minus 2. This is a mathematical form. What is the equivalent value? 4.2 is divided by 10 power plus 2. We can also write this value. We also write like this, that is 4.2 divided by 10 power plus 2. That is 4.2 divided by 100. 4.2 divided by 100, this is a value 0.042. So this is exponential form. But the exponent part should be in integer. It may be it is a signed integer. It may be negative or positive, but it should be integer. That is right side of the e is exponent. That exponent should be signed integer. It may be signed positive or negative, but it should be integer. The exponent is not in real form. This is in integer form. Exponent part must be in integer. Because we analyze on one example. That is 2.3 e4. 2.3 e4. Just we take one example. 2.3 e4. The values, we take one example. 2.3 e4. What is the value? 2.3 into 10 to the power of 4. That is 2.3 into 10 to the power of 4 mean, that is we multiply 2.3 into 140. The exponent is integer. The third type is character constant. The third type of constant is character constant. And previous we discussed integer constant and real constant. Real constant also consists of two types, float and double. Now we discuss character constant. So the character constant is either a single alphabet or a single digit or a single special symbol enclosed within a pair of single inverted comma. That is an alphabet or a digit or a symbol enclosed within single quotation. It is called character constant. For example, within single inverted comma, this is a character constant. If we enclosed a single quote, a character or that is an alphabet or a digit or special symbol. This is a alphabet. This is special symbol. Plus or minus, star, greater than, less than. This is a numeric digits. We enclosed within single quote. This is a character constant. This is one of character constant. This is a character constant. This is a character constant. A character constant is a single. It is a single digit or single symbol or single alphabet enclosed within single quote. This is character constant. The size is 1 byte. We already discussed about that. That is the size is character size is 1 byte. Defaultly it is signed. The range start from -128 to +127. -128 to +127. If we declare as unsigned character, the first bit also used to store character values, the value of character. That is, it occupies 8 bit to store values. Here it occupies 7 bit for value, first bit for sign bit. So the range start from -128 to +127. It is unsigned character 0 to 255. The signed character is also equivalent to character, because defaultly signed character is defaultly signed. So signed character 1 byte, the size is -128 to +127. So it represents the ASCII chart. The ASCII chart consists of 256 values, that is 0 to 255. Each value has a special symbol, that is character. Each value has character, with alphabet, numerics and special symbols. Logical constant. In C language, non-zero values is always treated as true, where 0 is treated as false. Non-zero values, it may be a negative or positive or a real values, that is with float or without float. 0 only treat as false, other values are true. That is, non-zero values are true, 0 is false. Example 32, -45, 3.12. So it may be a float value or an integer value, it is signed or signless. So all values are treated as true, but 0 only false. It is a logical constant. The size and the range is not applicable to that. String constant. In string constant, the collection of characters enclosed within a pair of double inverted comma. The collection of character, what are the character? That is numbers, symbols, letters. These are all the character. If we collect the collection of number of characters, the collection of characters enclosed within double quote. So this is one of a string constant. Hello world. 44.467. This is also a string constant, because it's enclosed double quote. 44 is also a string constant. It is enclosed double quote. Without double quote, if we write directly 44 with using double quote, without using double quote, the 44 is an integer, it's not a string. So all characters, it may be any kind of character, any number of character enclosed within double quote, it called as string constant. The string constant is help to handle the combination of characters, the name of the candidate, address of candidate. So if we want to give some text as input, the string is helpful to that. The remaining portions of data types we will learn next session.